All right. Welcome everyone for joining us today. Hopefully everyone has some lunch or some coffee so you can kind of sit back and learn about the matchmaking program for the ISSA show North America. And for those of you who I have not met, my name is Iris Weinstein. I'm the Director of Strategic Partnerships and Trade Show Sales for the ISSA show and all of our ISSA global events. Really excited to have you here. We're going to go over a lot of information. A few housekeeping things right now is that I put everyone on mute. I know that everyone's going to have a lot of questions, so if you wouldn't mind just putting them in the chat function, I'm going to address all those questions at the end. If it's something very specific to your company, you can certainly email me and I'll respond after the session. I think that's pretty much it as far as housekeeping. All right, I see everyone. Hello to everyone. All right. So obviously we're here to learn about the matchmaking, and we are so excited to be launching this next week. It will go live. You can actually do your meetings starting November 16th. It'll end on it'll be November 16th to the 19th. And the meetings will take place 8 a.m. Central Time to 5 p.m. Central Time. So what is matchmaking? Everyone obviously has a different definition of what this really is. And just for you guys to really understand, this is your ability to view all of the attendees and the exhibitors as a user profile, and you can request a meeting with those individuals, and those meetings will take place within the platform through video conferencing. You do not need to go outside for the video conferencing platform. I'm going to show you how all of this works, but that is really what the definition of what this matchmaking program is. And also, there's been a lot of questions in the last couple of days about accessing matchmaking. So first and foremost, every single individual that is participating in the virtual event must have a My Virtual Planner account. So if you have not already done this, go to ISSAshowplanner.com and select your virtual planner, which is the top right of the menu bar on the top of your screen. And then you're going to select Create a Free Account. Once you've actually created your account, you should receive an email from our matchmaking platform that says, this is what I'm going to show you what it actually looks like. If you are just creating one now or will be coming this week, it will take anywhere between 30 minutes to an hour or so for that email to actually get to your inbox. So just keep that in mind. It's not right away, but you can certainly, and as the weeks go by, as the days go by, if you do not get it, certainly email me. I'm also going to share with you an email address for any help that you're going to need. So I am now going to share my screen with you. All right. All right, do you guys see my screen? Hopefully that is a yes. All right. So this is what the matchmaking platform dashboard actually looks like. So many of you received emails last Wednesday that asked you to create your user profile. And that would be something like this. So this is an email you would have received. It simply says, you know, you're now going to be able to create your user profile. It's 3 easy steps. If you did not actually receive this email, you're going to contact our customer service team by email or by phone, at issa@meetingsservice.com, and there is a phone number here at the bottom of your screen. Once you have actually selected that email and gone in to create your profile, these are the initial windows you are going to see. So it's going to ask you 4 questions just to get you access to the dashboard. So I'm going to go over that with you. First, it's going to ask you to check your email address. So this email address is taken from your My Virtual Planner account that you've created. So you're going to confirm, then you're going to select next. Then it's going to ask you if the job title is correct. This is also going to be selected. This is from your initial My Virtual Planner account profile. Then it's going to ask you to select your nearest city time zone. This will auto-populate based on what you selected or what you inputted into your virtual planner account. Obviously, if you guys don't know, I live in Chicago, so the Chicago time zone automatically popped up. But let's just say, you need to make a change to that. You would just simply select it, and then there's a whole list of time zones. Then you're going to select next. Then you're going to get the question, which products do you offer? Now, this information here is products from your exhibit directory listing. These are products associated with your company profile. So what I would do is I would keep it, keep what you currently have for your company profile. If you'd like to add, you can do that here, or you can make any additions once you get into the dashboard. Then you're going to select next at the bottom. And then the final thing is you're going to set a password. I recommend using the same password as your My Virtual Planner account. It just really makes sense. You don't want to remember too many passwords here. But after you do that, you're going to select next. And then at the very bottom, you're going to get this screen where it says done. You're ready to connect. So now I'm going to show you. Actually, hold on one second. Give me one second here. There we go. All right, here we go. So I just showed you the 4 questions you're going to be asked initially. Then you're going to land on this screen. So this is your dashboard. So you've got the top menu items here. Your dashboard gives you a summary of the days of the event days and your meetings. It's going to show you who are your recommended individuals based on your profile. And inbox, I'm going to show you that later. But after you get here, you still have to set up your user profile. So the next thing you are going to do is you're going to select your individual name on the top right. You're going to select the hamburger bar, and you're going to go down to where it says My Profile. So now you're actually going to set up your profile. So this is the first section that's going to appear, which is the About Me. It automatically pulls in your email, your first and last name, your job title. Even though it automatically will pull it over from your virtual planner account, you can certainly make edits. Department is actually a blank text field. I put in sales. You can put in anything you'd like here. The nearest time zone is based on, my virtual planner account. The next thing on here is super important. Telephone. So there are 2 options, cell phone and office. And the purpose and why we ask for this information is that for every meeting that you have scheduled, you will get a text alert to remind you of that meeting. So it's really important that you put your cell phone number in here. And because our platform provider is in the UK, it does ask you to put a plus and a 1 before you put in your US phone number. It would be the same case if you are outside of the US as well. I also put in my office number in case if the text doesn't go through, if you don't put in your cell, there will be a phone call reminder from our customer service line if you do not jump into your meeting at a scheduled time. You're also going to want to put in some interesting information about you, something about how long you worked for the company, who are you looking for, the type of businesses you're searching for. That's going to be in this open text field. And then we also have brought over from your virtual planner your company type. So this is really important. So most of you on the phone here are exhibitors. Some of you are attendees. So you're just going to want to, if you need to make any changes to this, you absolutely can. It will not affect your My Virtual Planner account profile. And then of course, state I have that in my virtual planner account. So I'm going to go and continue, save and continue. The next tab you're going to see here is My Interests. So we started off by saying that your interests are based on your product category. So it's, I'm interested in providing or supplying the following products. So this is where you can, modify. It's not going to modify your company. This is, again, your individual profile. So you're simply going to select Add More here at the bottom, and you can simply go into any one of our pluses here. We've got primary categories and subcategories of each of the primary product categories. So cleaning agents, and specifically you can select degreasers, laundry chemicals, etc. So after you've done this, and of course you can make changes at any point, you're going to press select, save and continue. The next section is your availability. So this is simply you're telling the audience, I'm available in the morning, I'm available in the afternoon. If you know you have, a work function or a doctor's, meeting, you have to be out of the office, you're on vacation, you're simply just going to put, no, I'm not available, morning, afternoon, etc. So when someone invites you to a meeting or when you invite them to a meeting, the calendar request will not include the days or the times that you're not going to be available. So of course, I'm available all the time next week. I'm pressing save and continue. So after I'm done with my individual profile, I then go to manage my company profile. So this is, first thing here is company details. So as an exhibitor, I just want you guys to understand that everyone has access to your exhibit directory listing in the matchmaking platform to make changes. Attendees also have access to make changes to your company details. I do suggest that if you have a primary contact at your company, that you leave all those details to that person. Basic information will be pulled over from your exhibit directory listing, your company name, your country, your website. You absolutely can, add your social media links in here. You can put information about your company, keywords, and you can also, the marketing pack here is actually just images that you can upload. Now, keep in mind, I just said that if you have 50 staff people or 50, attendees from your company who are participating in the show, if someone goes in and makes a change, it makes a change for everyone. So just keep that in mind. So then I'm going to save whatever I put in here. And then I'm going to go to colleagues. So this is really important because this is a way to know who actually is involved and participating in the matchmaking program. So the gray here, these gray boxes, these are, first of all, these are all colleagues associated with your company. The gray ones mean that they were sent an email inviting them to set up their user profile, but they have not selected it yet. The blue ones mean that they actually received that email and gone in and started creating your profile. The red ones here are actually just emails that are not valid. Most of you won't have that. And then when you're done, looking at this, then you're going to go to your manage leads. So this is really important information to know so you can understand when you're looking at contact leads. So the definition of this is that individuals can go into your directory, your exhibit directory, and actually drop in a business card. Every time someone drops in a business card the week of November 16th, you will have a lead. You will have a number here. So not only are you generating leads as exhibitors through your digital listing, you're also generating leads through the matchmaking platform. The confirmed meetings is the total number of meetings that your colleagues in your company have scheduled to date. So hopefully this number is just going to continue to rise. There is no admin that has the ability to see all of these meetings. It's really someone that you designate at your company to ask those professionals who are participating in the program to share that information with you. So now that you have set up your individual profile and your company profile, now we're going to actually go and see how we schedule meetings and what the platform looks like. So when you're here, you're going to go to find meetings. So at first, you're going to get the auto suggestions here. And this is based on the profile that you have set up. You can see here that I'm set up as an exhibitor. I have access to exhibitors and attendees. Attendees have access to exhibitors and attendees. We're really trying to open this up so everyone can reach out to everyone. So exhibitors are blue, attendees are green. You're going to see their name, their title, their company. Some of these individuals may not have set up their profile. One of the obvious ways to know that is that they haven't put their profile picture in. We know here Ted Stark has already put his photo in here, and you get a whole list of auto suggestions. I'm going to go and I'm going to share with you some tips on what you're looking at, but first I'm going to show you how you can search, because many of you already have a list of contacts and companies that you want to reach out to, their current customers, their potential customers. So that's where you're going to go to this search function right here. So the first thing that it's going to ask you is, who are you looking for? So you're going to select the item everyone, and you get a choice between attendees and exhibitors. If you want anyone and everyone, you can just leave it blank. If you want to specifically look for attendees, you're going to select attendees. And then the next important thing is what type of attendee. These are the company types, the ISSA company types that we identify when someone registers for our show. So you can see, obviously, we have a ton of different types. I'm for just, purposes of this demonstration, I'm going to select distributor. So if you want the widest possible list of potential invites, you're just going to select attendee and the company type. You do have the ability to add in the product category here, but for this purpose, I'm just going to select search. So now the system is searching for distributors. So this is what comes up. Obviously, you see they're all in green, okay? You see an advertisement here. So say you're looking for more details than just a distributor. You are going to go to this menu item here, this hamburger where it says refine results. And this is data that is generated through the registration system that we ask. These are the demographic questions. So if you're specifically looking for, international, outside of the US, you can certainly select any country. Annual purchasing budget, you can select annual sales, number of employees, and then and many of you want to know based on by state. So obviously you have that flexibility here to create a targeted list. So I'm literally just going to keep it as is. You can also search for a company name here. So company name or keyword. So if you're looking for, Waxy, you can certainly look up Waxy, and what comes up? These individuals from Waxy themselves. So that's another way that you can search. So I am going to show you now. I'm going to go back to Ted Stark here. So a couple of things that I want you to understand about these profile cards. So the first thing here is this yellow star at the top right. This is your ability to actually favorite an individual. So I would use this if you're trying to build a list or build a potential list of meeting invites, but you have more people that you can possibly actually get a meeting with, you're going to want to build your list, and you might have to come back several times in order to, to build it. So you're going to literally add these individuals to your favorites. I'm going to show you where that's located. But you're also going to know who is Ted Stark, right? You're going to know more information about the company. Maybe you've never heard of them before. You're going to select the orange eye at the bottom right. It flips the card over, and you're going to see a little bit more about this company profile. They're distributors. They're in the state of Minnesota, their purchasing budget, their sales volume, their employees, and also the product categories they have an interest in. The most important thing in here in this product categories is that they're actually selecting from the primary product category list when they are filling out their demographics and registration. So the first product category is the most important in trying to figure out if individual would be a match for what your interest is. So I was going to show you now your favorites, because this is, we have a whole menu item just called favorites. I'm going to go to mine, and I have all of these individuals in here as my favorites. Again, I have access to attendees and exhibitors. And now I'm going to show you exactly how to schedule a meeting. So I'm going to send Rachel an email. I'm going to send her an invite. So I'm sending her an invite. So what it's saying is, I suggest a couple of things here. When you are asking someone to meet with you, I suggest that you include, even though you see that person's name, for privacy reasons, you will not be able to see that individual's name in a couple of communications down the road that I'm going to show you. So it's really important that you say, hi, my name is Iris Weinstein. I'm with the ISSA show. I am interested in meeting with you to talk about X, Y, and Z. I'd love to schedule a meeting with you. You can simply say that. You could also say, I really would love to schedule a meeting with you. Are you available at 11:30 on November 17th? So this way, even though you're not actually creating that meeting right this second, you're not actually going to your availability and selecting 11:30 on November 17th, at least the individual knows that that's your intent, okay? So I'm going to show you in my inbox, and this is where you're going to go to see who has communicated with you. So this is my inbox, and I have my colleague, John Gephardt. He has requested a meeting with me. So as you can see, his individual name is not seen here, but obviously pictures do help. You're going to have the ability to respond. So I'm going to select respond just so you guys know what your options are. So you can simply, so if John emailed me and said, hey, I would love to meet with you on November 18th at 3 p.m., I can accept, and I can go November 18th at 3 p.m. and select it. and then press accept. Okay, that's one option. I can say I'm not the right person to actually meet with him about whatever it is he wants to talk about. And maybe I need to reassign, maybe he needs to speak with Micah about media. I can literally reassign that individual's meeting to another colleague within my company. And it's really important that you send a message to them that says, I really think that this person wants to talk about media, you should really connect with them, all that information. And then you would reassign to the colleague. The colleague is actually going to receive a message in the inbox that I just showed you. And then that's where the colleague is going to have the same options to accept, to reassign, or to decline. You also have the option to decline. So, and it's a really nice way of doing it. It's you're selecting it, and then you're going to have the ability to send a text, and some message that says, unfortunately, I'm not able to make that meeting. Or maybe we should take this offline when we can have, X, Y, and Z that could be available to be included in this meeting. And then you're just going to simply decline the meeting. You could also send a message, just, thank you so much. You can get clarity on what do they actually want to meet about. So say they didn't really, give you any details. You can say, oh, I'm familiar with your company, but I don't know exactly what you do. What is this meeting about? So you can actually almost send these messages just to get clarity before you actually respond to a meeting. So I'm going to accept John's meeting just so you guys can see. Monday at 9:30, I'm going to accept. And meeting is going to be, I can add this to my calendar. Now, something that's really nice, you have your My Meetings schedule. So a couple things to note about this feature is that once your meetings start building, you're going to actually see, who you've actually been, which meetings you have booked, which slots you still have available. So one thing you can do is, let's just say you have a lunch meeting with someone outside of the ISSA show. You can simply select a time and you have either not available or other. So I'm going to select not available. And you can say lunch, out for lunch. Let's just say out for lunch, with a colleague. All right, so I'm saving that. So even though you said that you are available in the afternoon time slot, you have in essence blocked off this 30-minute time frame, so no one can actually schedule a meeting with you. And you can do that for individual 30-minute sessions. I wanted to also talk about what happens after 30 minutes. I think I got a lot of questions in the last couple of days about that. So if you have a meeting that is at the 30-minute mark, nothing actually happens. You can continue having your meeting, and hopefully you don't have any other meetings scheduled after that, but you can continue on. It does not end your meeting at that 30-minute mark. Now, if you have another meeting scheduled, then you will get a text message or a phone call from the customer service line that says, you have another meeting that's starting. So I just wanted you guys to understand that. And I'm also wanting to go back to the inbox here. I want to show you how I also have another invite here I forwarded to someone at Resolute Tissue, they forwarded to someone else, and now we're at this point where we do have a meeting on the books. So you're going to be able to see all of your meetings. And then these are my confirmed meetings. So you'll see, Stacy here, you're going to see John. Obviously, you don't see their name. But one thing that you are going to get is that the morning, I believe it's the day before the start of the show, you will get an email that gives you a summary of every single person you're meeting and their contact information. So their name and their title and their company. So the day before, that will be emailed to you. And then obviously you can add these meetings to your Outlook calendar or whatever calendar you use. Now I want to show you the exhibit directory. So that is the menu item on the far right. So this is your exhibit directory. These are all pulled in from your digital listings. You have recommended exhibitors. You have a full exhibitor list, alpha order, or you can do it by product search. So a couple things are happening in here, and I want to make sure you guys understand. An individual can actually drop a business card when they go into your listing. So this is that, I was kind of explaining it before, where it's the contact leads. So this is actually going to be available starting November 16th. So you're going to be able, it's actually, you can't see it right now, but on this screen. So if someone's coming to your directory listing, you're going to have like a, like a box here that says that you can drop your business card into 3M, and then they'll be able to reach out to you, like as a follow-up. You'll also be able to see if anyone from either an attendee or exhibitor is available for drop-in meetings. So that's another thing that you're gonna be able to do in here. And then, like, as I said, drop-in meetings and business card leads are only turned on November 16th, and it's for the 4 days of the show. Your drop-in meeting rooms, when you go to the hamburger button on the right side here, underneath exhibitor zone is going to be another menu item called drop-in meetings. And this is, in essence, I get a lot of requests or questions about this. It's the ability for you or have someone from your company available to meet with someone on the fly. So I can be logged in through the drop-in meetings program, and someone else can see, oh, Iris is on right now. I can actually meet with her. So these are actual 15-minute meetings that these are like quick chats, and then you can either schedule a longer meeting with that person or you can schedule it offline. You can share your business card with them, so you can, you do have that feature, after hours of the show or at a later date. But these features won't be activated, and like I said, until November 16th. But it's nice to know that you're gonna be able to see if someone's live or online, at that moment. And for exhibitors who are listening, I would definitely recommend, having one representative at least from your company that is available to have these drop-in meetings. It might be something as simple as, I'm trying to meet to talk about, this product line that you have. I don't know who I should be talking to. I'm a distributor, in Western Texas. And that's where these 15-minute meetings, that person can, I can direct you to who you need to speak with. I can answer any questions you have, that kind of thing. Let me see what else I have for you. Meetings. I've gotten a lot of questions about how meetings and how many people can be in one meeting, and how many companies can be represented. So in a meeting, it's really a one-on-one meeting. I'm meeting with someone at 3M. And once I've scheduled that one-on-one meeting, I can invite colleagues from 3M or colleagues from my company to that meeting. You're not able to actually bring in a third party like a distributor or an in-house service provider, a third company to that meeting. If that's your intent, then we definitely suggest you have that meeting at a different time. But really, this is for one-on-one meetings. It's up to 8 individuals, and you obviously can use this platform. Let me see what else I was going to mention. I'm going to go back to the PowerPoint here to show you the very last items. I wanted to show you this slide here because this is what your actual meeting is going to look like. So obviously this is not our show, but this is just, you know, if you're wanting a visual of what the meetings look like, this is it. You're obviously going to have a presenter. You can share your screen. You can invite, you know, additional participants. Say you were supposed to invite a colleague, or a colleague wants to join last minute. You can certainly invite your colleague who's already a user in the matchmaking platform. And you can obviously chat with them as the meeting is taking place. Say you have a document that needs to be uploaded, or you have a website or something that you want to share, you can certainly do that through this meeting chat. And then communication. So one of the other things I wanted to mention is that there's been a lot of communication over the last several days regarding the platform. So I just wanted to give you an example, or examples of what you're actually looking at and what do you do with that information. So this right here on the far left side is actually an email from my colleague at ISSA who is wanting to set up a meeting with me. So it's saying that this colleague from ISSA with their title and their company is wanting to set up a meeting. Again, the name of the individual will not be shown because of privacy. And that is why when I respond to it and I go into the actual message, it says who that person is, their title, and what their intent is. This one here was an email that was sent out last Friday that just shared with everyone how many contacts we have in the system as of last week, almost 4,000, and it's growing every day. And then this email here, this email is just saying, you know, we want to make sure that you're getting the right leads. And so, you know, take 2 minutes of your time to really update your profile. And then this final email on the very right side is that someone actually scheduled a meeting with me. And this is just sharing the details. I'm meeting with this director at, you know, ISSA show at 1:30. I can add this to my calendar. And then of course, there's some suggested contacts too. I'm also, so this is sort of the matchmaking summary, just so you know, there might be things, and I have to look at the questions that you guys are probably asking, but these are just kind of, you know, overview. This is what you should remember about the program. It's really the matchmaking program. The intent is for, it's a colleague to colleague, one-on-one meetings. After you set up your initial meeting with an individual, you could add colleagues to your meeting. You will initially have 50 meetings in your profile. And once you have used all those 50 meetings, another 50 meetings will be added to your profile. Remember, the matchmaking program is free for attendees and exhibitors. And then 15 minutes prior to your meeting, you're going to receive a text message or a phone call reminding you that you're having this meeting, and that the meetings, you're going to be receiving emails saying that requesting to meet with you. Make sure that if you're not seeing anything in your inbox, to go check your junk mail or spam mail in case you know, it's getting lost or you can't find it. The drop-in meetings, as I said, and the business card leads are going to be active the week of the show. And the most important thing here is that this digital platform has its own customer service line. So if you have questions, if you see errors, if you are not getting an email, if you signed up for your virtual planner and you have not received an email, you know what, this ISSA at meetingservice.com is super important to write down. I'm actually going to show you where it is in the platform itself so you can remember. You can also call the hotline number as well, and a live person will answer. So, and if it helps, you can CC myself, just CC my email, or you can CC sales@isssashow.com, just so we know and are aware of what's going on, so we can, help answer in a timely manner. And, I encourage everyone to start setting up their profile. You can obviously, as I showed you, do it in stages and at your convenience. But right now we have over 700 meetings that are scheduled right now, and we just anticipate that number to grow. Now that is it for our formal program. I'm going to go back to the dashboard. And I am going to look to see what sort of questions you guys have. All right, questions. All right. Okay, so I'm going to, it's 12:40, so hopefully we're on track here. So okay, so if your company, so there are some company profiles. I have a question about company profiles. You might see some duplications in there. You might see some data errors. If that's the case, please email me and that email that I just shared with you, ISSA at meetingservice.com. If you create a virtual planner but don't sign up for me, can someone still request? Aha, that's a very good question. So the question is, if you created a virtual planner but didn't sign up for matchmaking, can someone still request a meeting with you? So yes, they can request a meeting with you. I actually haven't tested it, but I'm actually going to test it and get back to you. This is an anonymous person. But actually, I did not share with you one thing that is kind of the opposite of this. So say you have an individual who does not want to participate in matchmaking. They have a virtual planner. You are simply going to go back to your profile. Hopefully you guys are still seeing my screen here. You are going to go and select opt out of ISSA Show Virtual Experience Matchmaking. So this is super important. And we hope that everyone participates, but if you don't feel comfortable or don't have the time, that's where you're going to opt out of the matchmaking and you won't be viewable. All right, let's go back to the Q&A. How can we see list of end users? So that question, you simply are going to go to find meetings. So your list of those who are attending is here. This is your list. So you're going to search. I've done this with a couple of companies, and I often get, and this is true of a live event or a virtual event, someone says they're coming to the show, but you cannot find them in here. They may not have registered. Obviously, everyone's super busy. There's a million other virtual events going on. They just may not have registered. So if you don't see them, you might want to just email them or a colleague in the same company to say, I didn't see you in the matchmaking platform. It's really easy to register, and you can invite them to register. Exhibitors have the guest program and the whole dashboard to invite guests for free. So hopefully you guys remember that. Okay, let's see. Where in your profile can you add your state? Can you override? So yes. So as I was saying before, when you go to your individual profile, you can change the state. It will not change the state in your My Virtual Planner account, but you can change it in the your individual user profile. If you do not need to have a meetings, you have to set up your matchmaking profile. You don't need to set up your profile if you're not planning on having meetings, but this is the only way you're going to be able to actually see the attendees that are coming to the show. So this is a really nice feature. We don't typically have this feature when you're coming to the in-person event. You're typically just walking around and going, you know, have appointments. You're on the show floor. You're just kind of walking into people's booths, companies' booths. So this is your way to actually see who's at the event or not. So I definitely suggest just at least setting it up. You can always decline an event. Decline a meeting. All right. How do you accept a meeting and then invite 2 or 3 of your colleagues to the same meeting? Hopefully I addressed that. You initially have to set up the one-on-one meeting. After you set up the one-on-one meeting, you can add your colleagues to that meeting. Well, no one will see. The next question is about your cell phone number. No one actually sees your cell phone in your profile. So I just want to make sure that that's private. Let's see, will you send this out? Can you add other team members from your company to your meetings? Yes, hopefully I was able to answer that question. I am going to do another tutorial tomorrow for attendees. So if someone if someone from your company wanted to jump on but just didn't have the time, they can do it tomorrow. We'll also have this this session recorded so you can view it on our website. If people are set up as a booth person, can they also be the drop-in person? So you're setting up your individual profile. So if you want to jump into a drop-in meeting room at any given time, you can. We don't have admins. We don't have the primary exhibit contact as, you know, that has access to a different section of this matchmaking platform. This really is, you know, individual interaction. Drop-in meetings are actually video. So yes, that was one question, and they're live video, and there will be a volume adjustment. Let me see if we haven't. Looks like you can only invite via. So you can start inviting meetings now. You'll be able to invite meetings during the week of the show as well as drop-in. When a meeting is requested, does the time automatically convert to your time zone? Yes, it does. It does convert to your time zone. If we have a meeting prearranged, is there a way we can submit an appointment with the time we agreed previously? So that's the question where if you specifically in the request say, I want to meet with you November 17th at 3 o'clock, then when that person goes in to accept it, they're going to go in November 17th at 3 o'clock. That person could say, you know what, I have to request a different time. So if that is the case, then you can decline it, or you can send them a message. As I was sharing with you before, you can send them a message. Let's see here. Oh, let me show you. I have multiple accounts, so it looks a little bit different. So you can actually send them a message, as I was showing you before, where it's almost like text messaging them. Oh, I got your message. I'm not able to meet at 3 o'clock on the 17th. Can we agree on 10:30 on the 18th? Great. You know, once you have that that exchange, then you can go in and accept the meeting at the agreed upon time. And like I said, the recording is going to be on our website. The helpline. Yes. I was going to show you the helpline. So I'm going to go back to this profile. All right, hold on. I don't know what it's doing here, but at the top of the screen, all right. At the top of the screen, which obviously I don't know why I'm not able to get there, but I will just show you this way. where your name is here at the very top right, when the drop-down menu, there is a help section. So when you go to the help section of this hamburger menu item, it's going to give you a little FAQ, basic FAQs, as well as the helpline. It'll say the email address. It will also have the phone number. Let's see if I have it in here. Here it is again. Here we go. Customer service, ISSA@meetingservice.com, and then the phone number itself. All right. Let's go back to this. It's never been the ISSA policy to distribute a list of attendees. The matchmaking platform is the way to see who is attending the show this year, who's participating in the show. Let's see what else we have. Can we, virtual planner. So as an exhibitor, you can have as many of your colleagues create a My Virtual Planner account for free and participate in the matchmaking program. There is nothing preventing, there's no limits to the number of colleagues, staff from your company to participate. That's something different from the virtual or from the in-person event. Let's see. We're still virtual background to the video. You know what? That's a question I am actually not familiar with yet, if there is a virtual background, but I will definitely get back to you, whoever wrote that. Let's see where else. I want to set up a presentation. You can set up a presentation. Yes, I can actually walk you through that offline to show you how to do that. How do you find individuals when you sign up? Do you see the virtual boost the same as so one thing, so the matchmaking platform gives you the list of exhibitors. And it's really important to know that it is not your complete digital listing. That is considered your booth in the ISSAshowplanner.com website. That is your digital listing. That is live. That is on our website through the end of March. And actually, I wanted to show you, you can access the matchmaking. I don't know why it's not letting me here, but right now I just wanted to share with you, everyone, that you can actually go back to the virtual experience and you can get to the matchmaking section through the ISSAshowplanner.com website. We actually literally got it working right before this call. So you can simply go to ISSAshowplanner.com, and then at the top of the menu items, you will see the words matchmaking. There you'll be able to go in and you will get to the dashboard. Once you get to the dashboard, if you have not set up your profile, it's going to walk you through all the steps that I originally shared with you in the beginning. If you have already logged in and you have already gone through that and you're an expert now in our matchmaking, it's going to get you to the homepage of the dashboard and you are good to go. So here we go. Aha. In fact, now that I'm going to actually show you how this works. Maybe I'm going to show you how this works. Maybe I won't be showing you how it works, but I know that it works. Aha. Here's the matchmaking right here. So I'm going to select matchmaking and I'm hoping that it's going to go directly. Aha, it went directly to the matchmaking dashboard. So I know this has been something that people have been asking since we launched last Wednesday. Now it is live. So if you did not get the original email that was sent out last week, you can certainly get to matchmaking through ISSAshowplanner.com. So I did talk a lot. It's been 55 long minutes. I appreciate everyone's patience as we go through this. I am sure there will be more questions, and I'd be more than happy to answer them. You can email me at iris@issa.com. And I really appreciate you spending the time with us today to go over this matchmaking platform. We're really excited about it, and we really hope that you have some really good experiences, and we would love to hear about those experiences. You know, everything from the, you know, the good and the bad. And we really hope that next week is very successful for everyone on this call today. Thank you guys so much for joining me, and I look forward to seeing you next week at the ISSA Show virtual experience.